That's Robert Loggia.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. R as in Robert Loggia. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Loggia. B as in, by God, that's Robert Loggia.
Major. Arlen, sir. Good morning. Good morning. In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world. And you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind, that word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interest.
Yep. Somebody knew their Shakespeare. That, of course, was a speech that was inspired by Henry V's speech at Agincourt on St. Crispin's Day.
That's been used a lot.
We have. Well, another film tried to do that and failed. Do you remember what movie it was, Martin?
No.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Kevin Costner tried to deliver a line like that. It was inspired by Henry V. And because he lacks an English accent, it just fell flat. It's so sad because I love that movie, Prince of Thieves. And yet it's got so many fucking problems. And I think the major problem, of course, is having an American play Robin Hood with no, and he tries to have an accent at one point. Like there's a couple of scenes early on that they shot early where he tries to enunciate a certain way. It's like, dude, fuck off, man. What's wild about Kevin Costner is the guy sounds like he's from Wyoming. He's fucking Southern California. He grew up in Southern California, yet he sounds like a fucking cowboy from the Midwest. It's crazy. But anyway, that speech, on the other hand, really hit home. But I want you to notice I took all the music out of that, and it still fucking hits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's how good a speech that is. And his acting, because they were stunned at his performance. A lot of people were stunned at Bill Pullman's performance in this film. I love that there's a certain amount of verisimilitude with his character, that when he is angry, he consistently stays angry through a major portion of this film. Like when he snaps at the scientists, I don't think people are dying out there. I don't think there's anything to get excited about, you know? And then he fires his CIA liaison because, you know, he was never made aware of this stuff. But, you know, that's what they say is presidents aren't made fully aware or have access. You have to have this ultimate, I forget the name of it. Don Eckert talks about it. It's a specific clearance that you have to have, and only a small few have that high a clearance, according to, you know, those who think they know what's going on. Hey, it's 11 Alpha. Who else is here right now? We got Gambit, of course. Gambit was in the house
And Penny.
Over a half hour before we started. Look at that. Yo.
I think Gambit lives in our chat.
Look, it's fun. It's a fun chat. We have a great chat.
It is. No, that's what it is. He lives in the IMDb trivia section, and we are his holiday house.
We're his holiday house.
He comes here to
we
vacation.
love you. We love you, Gambit. You're
We
a
do.
good dude. And Penny, of course, my daughter got mad at me for letting my 4-year-old grandson watch it. I did turn his attention away when the exotic dancer. Yeah, that's what that character, that whole thing was so weird, having her play that character.
There were more scenes than that, though, that I wouldn't let a 4-year-old watch.
Because, like, you know, the first lady's dying, and she's like, "Oh, you're a dancer, like ballet?" She's no, like exotic. Like, it's funny, but it's weird because absolutely, he would be frowned upon by many guys in the Marine Corps for doing that.
Well,
that's something that a fucking grunt does. not an officer.
His friends tell him, if you marry her, you won't never be in NASA.
You'll never be in NASA. That's right. And
I
that's
guess
Harry
you will
Connick
now.
Jr., by the way. And I am absolutely a Harry Connick Jr. fan. And I showed something and told Anima something interesting about him is that he pretty much grew up like a second son to in the Marcellus home. He's close friends with Wynton and Branford Marcellus. And in fact, he released his song, his version of Stardust by Hoagie Carmichael. That is, I forgot the dad's name, first name, but his dad, Wynton and Branford's dad, Marcellus, played the piano in the song, and he's in the music video too. One of the greatest jazz pianists to ever live. And of course, Branford, plays saxophone, and Wynton plays trumpet, flugelhorn too, and I think he even plays the French horn. But we've got. I need to go over everybody here. So we got. Oh, look at Martin's in the chat over on K. He's watching out for all those weirdos over there. That
hunting is the.
He's hunting, yeah. You have too much fun with that.
And I think that this is a film that absolutely stands up to the test of time. As I say, does it still stand up to scrutiny? Fuck yes, it does. Story-wise, yeah, it's kind of corny. It is corny.
Check your brain, have your popcorn ready, and enjoy the ride.
And enjoy the fucking movie. Hey, Willie the Monkey King's here. What's up, buddy? Long time no see. Good to see you, my friend. So we've got, Independence Day, and this shot in particular, they took things, and there's an ironic little story. They took a micro budget and made visual effects that looked like Industrial Light and Magic did it. And they did it all in-house at Centropolis and pulled it off. They created a pneumatic tank, which they used in this scene. And the way they did this, by the way, was some of the lighting is backlit, and then they did some with below lighting, and that's how they did this shot, because they actually had the model go into the pneumatic tank and interact with the clouding that they were creating. It's really incredible what they pulled off. And the funny part is, when there was a special preview in Hollywood, George Lucas showed up because he'd been hearing a lot about this project, and he liked their first two films, Universal Soldier and Stargate. So they took a moment to talk to him at the, in the back, back behind the audience here, is just like grouping area where they could have snacks and shit and talk. And they rubbed elbows with George Lucas, and George Lucas says, "Hey, if you need any help with your visual effects, you come see me and I'll get you in at ILM." But they didn't need that. They, on their own dime, made their own visual effects company, and they still use it. Roland still uses it. This film was mistakenly believed to have had a lot of digital visual effects in it, that a lot of those composites were digital, when in fact they were more traditional visual effects with miniatures. But there are, digital effects in the film, from rocket trails and tracers to the actual fighters that you see. There's a good section of the fighters in a lot of the combat scenes, including the alien fighters, that were done digitally. And they built and the way they built it was like, it's kind of cool to watch it. There were little dots all over the screen that you could rotate three-dimensionally. There are red ones and there are white ones. The red ones were all alien, and the white ones were all the jet fighters. And they actually managed to create a lot of the dogfight near the end of the film digitally. And it's gorgeous. It really is. The plate work that they did on this for the matting, gorgeous. In fact, one of my favorite scenes is when they do the first test there, and they come up on those clouds, those luscious orange morning dawn clouds. Remember how warm they looked, Martin?
Yeah.
as the jets were coming up into those clouds behind him. Each one of those cloud sections is a plate. And it's brilliant how they pulled that shit off. It looks like real clouds, but in reality, it's plates of clouds moving. And they're using something that goes all the way back to early Disney, where Disney started working with plates to give us depth, fictional depth. It's fake depth. And they did the same thing with the clouds in that one scene. Oh wait, what's this? Oh yeah, you're going on about that. Watching this movie, you realize how it's almost like a sci-fi action adventure version of Close Encounters of the Third Kind because of how it has. And Spielberg said, that this movie absolutely changed cinema and put it in a whole new direction. And again, pointing out, because in that exact same sentence, the blueprint by which they made this film is the blueprint used within Marvel during the successful run of Marvel.
So
they were using this blueprint.
This would be the Jaws of sci-fi then?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, the ships are like sharks. In fact, when you see that one main mothership, it looks like a vampire with two fangs hanging.
Yes.
And it was obvious that they were going for that. What's this? Roland Emmerich is the Khalid Sheikh Mohammed of filmmaking. He just loves his son. Yeah. Blowing up landmarks, man. Yeah, buddy.
You missed the pyramids, though. That should land up behind the pyramids and all that.
Yeah, landed on the other side of the pyramids, which is why you see the Egyptians cheering. Not that the aliens came down, but you missed the pyramids along the Nile. I'm sorry. That was a song. He wrote the script on a month-long vacation in Mexico. Yeah. Well, what's really funny is, do you know how this story came into existence? Because it's really kind of cool that they were doing publicity back in '94 for Stargate. And there was this one reporter who asked Roland Emmerich why he made a film with content like Stargate if he himself didn't believe in the existence of aliens. And Emmerich stated he was fascinated by the idea of an alien arrival, and further explained in his response by asking the reporter, imagine what it would be like to wake up one morning and discover a 15-mile wide spaceships hovering over all the world's largest cities. Then Emmerich turned to Dean Devlin and said, I think I have an idea for our next movie. That's a quote. And that happened live during an interview, the idea for this movie. No, it absolutely is, because there was a resurgence of that movie in the 90s. And that was for one reason. What's that movie called? Mars Attacks. And the two films had nothing in common. There was no connection between Mars Attacks and this movie. One did not inspire the other. There were a lot of people who tried to spread that rumor around that happened. By the way, people don't realize it. We had the fucking internet in the 90s, motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I had several very nice conversations with Dean Devlin about this movie. And he absolutely talked with me, all thanks to the internet. I found him and just messaged him one day. And we talked about, I said it was interesting that you pulled the War of the Worlds thing with the virus, because it was bacteria that killed and viruses that killed the Martians, microbes. I said, and you do something, you take it a little step further by making an electronic virus. And I liked that. I thought it was a very clever film. I think it's clunky as hell, but it's got some really solid moments. And again, there's a certain amount of verisimilitude with this film that it needed. And you get that really through one character, the president, played by Bill Pullman, because Bill Pullman is us in that movie. He kind of represents us. Everybody is a mishmash of characters, but Bill Pullman is the heart of this movie because, like I said, once he gets angry, he stays angry until he has his resolve.
Well, to me,
that's us.
For me, the heart of this movie was the father, Julius Levinson.
Oh, he's a great character. No, there's no kid. Look, you've got great characters. Will Smith's character, a lot of fun. You know, and there was a lot of rumors going around at the time because he had done that movie, 6 Degrees, where he had the homosexual kiss with the other dude. And so there was a lot of, and I think he needed this film. He really needed this film to get his career up and going because that movie hurt his career.
But I never got the hate for that movie. I like 6 Degrees of Separation.
I did too. I thought it was a good film. I thought it was a great character piece. Donald Sutherland's great in it. But, you know, it's one of those films that just cause problems and cause friction, you know, because as progressive as Hollywood likes to pretend they are, they're the single most narrow-minded fucking bigots on the planet in Hollywood. And they have to pretend and have to put a mask on for people. They go, look at me, I'm great, I'm wonderful, aren't I wonderful? You know, the greatest amount of white savior you'll ever see on this planet comes out of Hollywood. And it's never real. It's always pretend. But they like to make fun of people who do it for real. Remember that. Garbage Pail Kids, Outer Space, Chase Alien, Ian, the good classic Cops. This is a movie where Emmerich to have his dog trope. Yeah, it was one of the dumbest scenes in the film too. I made fun of it long before she saw it. Anima, I prepared her. I said, one of the most incredible scenes in this movie is when the dog does its own stunt. It's incredible. You'll be over the moon over it. And then she laughed when it happened.
I've seen this movie in the early 2000s, and I can guarantee you I laughed my ass off at that scene back then.
Oh man, that scene was a low blow because we're in the cinema. The flames are going to get into that niche.
Okay, look, if you're going to start digging into this, guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you 3 of my favorite fucking people that you don't even notice are in the film. Actors. 1, Robert Pine is in the film. And it's true, he's in there. Tracy Walter. You guys know him as Bob from Batman, 1989. And then you got Leland Orser in there, who was in Lost. He was in Alien Resurrection. He was the serial killer in 7, and the serial. He wasn't. He was the victim in 7, and he was the serial killer in Bone Collector. Great fucking actors, just playing bit parts. This movie really had an all-star cast in so many ways. TV actor Robert Pine, yep, he playing one of the cops in the film. If you blink, you miss it. And Centropolis, as I said, that's Emmerich's and Devlin's company. Really, it's more of Emmerich's company. Yeah, Brent Spiner is great in there as Dr. I just forgot his name. What was his fucking name?
Occam. Dr. Occam.
This opening thing is one of the greatest openings of sci-fi. One, you see the vibrating of the moon dust around the boots. I love that. And then the song that's playing. REM, man. It's the end of the world as we know it. Great fucking soundtrack in this film.
Oh, Gambit. Gary's been trying to get me to watch that with him for a while.
Oh, it's a wonderful movie. I love that fucking movie. They made the series, it flopped, and it just doesn't have the heart that movie has. And I got to tell you, I don't normally watch movies with that bitch in it, but I watched that fucking movie. I can't stand her and her fucking weird lips.
Angelina Jolie.
Billy Bob Zach, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this dude's great. He says, "This better be a very beautiful woman." On the other end of this boat,
he's a Goa'uld cooperator.
Yeah, he was one of the Goa'uld. He's God. He was also Elektra's dad in the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck. Great fucking actor. Yeah, Robert Loggia. And I laugh always. There are two scenes that really make me giggle. One, when you see the Japanese guy come up and suddenly talk, and I really did this in the movie theater. This really happened, and it got a huge fucking laugh. Right when Japanese soldier comes up on screen speaking Japanese, and I went, "Oh no, it's Gojira!" And it got a big laugh in the theater. I am one of those people that makes fun of movies while watching them. What's that called? Riffing. I like to riff movies. But let's get back to playing this. So you've got so many great actors. And yes, Bone Collector is on the list, Gambit, because I love that movie.
Well, we have Sax with an A.
Do it.
I'm
Do
on
it
it
now.
Ah.
Yeah.
He was running from something, sir. And then he crashed into a DUI checkpoint, committed 10 felonies, and not to mention FUing a room full of cops.
You FU me all the time.
Fuck you, Kyle!
I love
Oh, that's my favorite. Thanks for choosing that one.
Robert Loggia has the best salute in this movie. We also have the superior Baldwin in this movie. The only Baldwin.
And fucking Data as a hippie.
I love when one of the girls during the news broadcast screams out, "I sure hope they bring back Elf." Oh, yeah, I know. That is funny.
I didn't catch that.
I love when they're on top of that building. That's not Capitol Records. What is that, CBS Tower? I can't remember. It's one of the main towers in LA. And she's, "Oh my God, it's opening." And she's like, "Oh," like this, like it's going to be wonderful. And
yeah, she's like, "It's so pretty."
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of got silly with that character, but I still love it. I'm back. Come on.
It explains his motivation to do what he does, and he goes in with the world's up yours.
No, Towered Records is it looks like a stack of flying saucer. That's the other building. It's a little further down Santa Monica Boulevard. I think it's CBS or something, the larger tower in LA. But anyway, I love the props from this, and they did use the one of the sets from what was that show called that everybody loves? The Left Wing.
I don't know.
The West Wing.
Hey, Max Demon is here.
Genghis Khan is here. What's up, buddy?
Genghis, hi.
Wow. Max Demon, what's up, buddy?
Hey,
I hope everybody had a wonderful 4th of July. Absolutely enjoyed mine. I really did. Yeah, now the tower in Fort Fairlane is the Columbia Tower, Columbia Records. Okay. Let me hold on a second.
Well, as you look for that, I will congratulate myself because today is my Independence Day.
Is it?
So,
And by the way,
yeah,
you got to watch this in Venezuela. Tell everybody what that was like.
Oh man. Well, my particular experience was a little chaos because we were having a LAN party, playing video games in the house of one of the guys in the university. And then somebody say, "Hey, there's an early screening of Independence Day tonight in 2 hours." And so we ran as crazy to the cinema, the only cinema presented the pre-screening because it wasn't still 4th of July, and it was 11 at the night.
Okay, I'm sorry, US Bank Tower. It's the US Bank Tower that they blew up in LA, not Capitol Records. There you go. Continue, my friend, please.
Oh well, so we get to the cinema, and there is this huge line to get into the lobby. It was one of those old 70s theater with sliding glass doors. And the people in the cinema, they weren't. Now, this is an important detail. We didn't have enumerated seats, so it was the first seat that you could grab entering in the projection screen. That was it. So
Absolutely.
people was getting impatient, and the people at the door, they didn't want to open, and they only opened the door halfway. And man, that looks like an episode of American Gladiator trying to get into the theater. And I can swear that the guys in the theater, they were laughing.
That's
But man,
fantastic.
everybody loved that movie. And the moment in which the first missile hits the saucer, everybody screamed because it all has been so frustrating. Everything that the humans were doing, nothing worked, and just being able to hit them, the tension was released. And of course, there's always
So she said.
afterwards when we're seeing the days after we're commenting the movie, and there's always the idiot that gets, oh, because why do they have to be 4th of July? I said, dude, Americans made that movie. They can put the date.
It was a German. Ethel Merman. It was Ethel Merman.
Emmerich is very much German, yeah.
Not to mention that there are more.
But very pro-America. He loves America. He really does.
I actually had a discussion with somebody too. Someone who got pissed that it's all about the American Independence Day. It's not all about the American Independence Day. She was dumb as a loaf of bread.
I will continue.
Originally, the movie was called Doomsday.
There are more Independence Day than days in a year. So, of course, that shit is going to interlap.
Yeah, in France, they have Bastille Day, which is the day all the people got, released from the prisons, all the political prisoners. So I need to get back into this. Here's
the most funny part. Because one of my friends said to that idiot, yeah. The battle was on July the 4th. But when was the party? July the 5th, our Independence Day. So shut up.
So I'm not sure about this one, Max. What are we talking about here with the Bonaventure Hotel? The tower is the U.S. Bank Tower in L.A. Is the one I was talking about. Anyway, I love this kid, by the way. I think he's a good actor, but they have some really flat scenes, and I don't blame him. I blame Dean Devlin a little bit for some of the writing. It's not even corny. It's just it just doesn't work. It's clunky. Like when Adam Baldwin puts his hand on it, he says, he's like, yeah. Oh, hey, your dad did a brave thing. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? That's how you're going to do that scene? I was just like annoyed with the direction.
The problem with these kids is they are tools to make the fuck up alcoholic dad look even more heroic in the end.
Wait.
He looks like an idiot. He looks like a terrible dad. And I think they do a fair job of that. But I want to go even further before that because Martin's story started in the middle of the New York scene. And Anima asked about this because Harvey Fierstein is in this. And I fucking love that guy. I don't give a shit about his politics. I fucking love that dude. He's so funny. He's really, really fucking funny. And Anima asked the question, why does his voice sound like that? And I found out that he has an additional flap on his vocal fold. There's an additional fold over top of one of the folds. So he has what's referred to as a double voice. And that's a real thing.
It sounds exhausting when he talks.
Oh, dang. Yeah. He talks like Krusty the Clown all the time. But this movie is very inclusive. Yeah, it's a very Jew-friendly movie. Where the hell is, speaking of that, where's Mephisto when we need him? Very inclusive. I love this scene because he does this whole fucking crop dusting of this farm, and he's like, no, the farm you're supposed to do is on the other side of town. But I got to tell you, when he walked up with his crops looking like that, that guy should have been fired already. He should, and it's that farmer's fault to have let his crops go that bad. So, but we're not going to get into the details. That's a bunch of.
I think the farmer feels pity for the kid. That's all.
He does. But that whole scene really made no sense because any farmer worth his weight wouldn't have done that scene. He would have taken care of it. They're his crops. I've spent many Bastille days in France, mainly in Paris, Metz, and Verdun. Yeah, I've been to Verdun. I've been to Paris, and I've also been to Versailles. And I love Versailles.
To answer your question where Mephisto is scary, he's on his channel doing his own show. It's Saturday.
Yeah.
That son of a bitch.
He's
going to raid
after
us.
the first hour.
He is. You guys don't know. I have such a tight relationship with that guy. I fucking love him so much. Annabelle loves him too, and I know Martin does. But I don't know what it is. I feel like he's like my brother from another mother. I fucking love him. There he is. There's Pine. That's Captain Kirk's. The only almost acceptable Captain Kirk is Chris Pine.
Nah.
Yeah. Shatner likes him. He says, "You get it. You get it."
Don't care.
He did that documentary, The Captains, and he actually had a sit down with him, and it's very good. And I fucking like Chris Pine, and I don't like most of the Zachary was okay. I don't think he looks like Nimoy at all. I think they should have used one of his kids.
I just don't get Kirk off of him at all. It doesn't work for me.
He does. I will point him out. He does this thing that he picked up off of Shatner, and Shatner complimented him for catching that. That he does this thing. Not gonna say, not the movie you talk about. Tank Girl. Oh my God, that's a fun movie. That's another 90s fallback. Jeff Goldblum absolutely nails this role, but even better, manages to make jokes about Jurassic Park within it. Because twice to three times in the film, he says, "Must go faster."
Oh. Yes, that's a reference to the Jeep scene.
Yeah. Must go faster because he's like the T-Rex is coming right at him. Shows the mirror, objects in mirror are closer than they appear. I fucking love that. The movie makes references to two Steven Spielberg movies. Punches it. Yep, that's right. The E.T. and he says that's what I call a close encounter. Yep, absolutely. It turned Kirk's beating none of us like that. Yeah, it was bad. And he says he didn't cheat. He says he was complimented for original. He altered the parameters. And he says, I don't believe in the no-win scenario. I love that. Tank Girl, I don't know why it failed, because it was really weird in a fun way. I enjoyed the crap out of it. But I think what it is a film that came out probably 10 years too early. I think that movie should have come out 10 years later. It's just like Last Action Hero. I think both those films would have done better later. Because a lot of people didn't realize it's based on a fucking comic book. And they also changed some things that pissed fans off, too. I'll point that out. There he is, Robert Loggia. That's R, isn't it? This is the office from the West Wing. Why can't we have a president like the one in the movie? Guys like this tend to not get elected.
Very good.
I think that right now you have a guy like him that is currently the head of our Department of Defense. And I wouldn't mind seeing him run for higher office. I like the guy, Pete Hegseth. I fucking like that guy. I've seen him. First time I saw him in an interview was with Sean Ryan. I fucking love Sean Ryan's show. Although I have the same problem with Sean Ryan that I have with Joe Rogan, which when they interview UFO people, never offer any pushback. You gotta offer pushback. Oh, Sandra, you cheap son of a bitch. Hold on. Wow, we got some really cool things now.
You have the guy on the thumbnail, Gary. This was to be
expected.
I
know. I love using him.
I know.
And I think is he in here? Is he in here?
It should be.
I don't think. Nope, it's in the other one. Main. It's in main shows. Yeah. I got it. Don't worry. Oh, did you move it? What had just happened?
I haven't done anything.
Okay, I can't switch.
You
have to be an account.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, give it a try. If you can't do it, Anima, you got to do it.
Yes, you have a StreamYard disability, Gary. You can't share anything.
Yeah, so here we go.
Here we go. I cannot not be able to hear it.
Lonely.
What happened?
So lonely, so lonely inside real Rome.
There you go. I'm going to change backgrounds because I kind of like this one too right now.
Oh, that's cool.
And I told Anima, when the movie came out back in '96, I bought the model kits, all of them that they put out.
Oh, wait.
Here's a great miniature used in the film right here, the Lincoln Memorial.
Oh, come on.
After rewatching this movie, Gary, you know what model kit I want to build, right? Out of all the flying things you see in this movie.
What, the alien ship?
No, the B2.
Oh, yeah.
They are so fucking cool.
What's the new modified alpha version of that? Is it the B-21 now? I think it is. I mean, they still have the B-2 bomber, but there were some modifications made, and I think one of them is designated now as B-21.
I can't believe they go back to '89. That's when they started making them. And the first flight.
Eli, we covered that movie, and I'm absolutely a nut for that movie. I am so crestfallen that we will never get a sequel because it was too exhausting making that film for them.
We have a breach by E. Clay.
E. Clay Thomason.
Well done.
What a nut job.
He calls you Mr. Backdoor. I think I did that at the beginning.
Yeah, I got it right. It's the B-21 Raider. Yeah. Man, it's a gorgeous plane. If you guys didn't know this, because I watch National Defense News, one or two of our bombers sort of like, they weren't sure where the fuck they went after the hit on, I want to bomb Iran. Well, they disappeared, and apparently one of them had an emergency landing in Hawaii. And I didn't get to follow up on it, so I've been wanting to find out what happened to those planes and why they had an incident where they had to have an emergency landing. By the way, the use of miniatures in this are so good that there are shots in this that I thought were miniature that were actual real buildings, and there were shots of buildings that I thought were real that were actually miniatures. And the way they pulled off the explosions, what?
We need to get a breach with you.
We sneaked in here the back way.
Oh, okay. So the way they did some of the explosions is to get this cop fucking, he just stops his car and gets out, and it just gets waylaid behind him. Great stunts, great gags in this. Oh, definitely a back door. I'm back. Even use the word
so back. Here's the one for Monkey.
Check around and see if there's a back door.
And by the way, welcome, Monkey.
Hi, Jeebus.
Well, the innuendos are there on purpose because it's just so stupid that they got frustrated with the MPAA because they're like, these are puppets. They don't even have genitals. What is your beef with puppets? Oh, it's true, Willie. I'm a fucking military nerd. I am. That there are very reminiscent of V. In fact, that whole scene where it's over the city reminded me of the scene from V. Is Monkey Jeebus here?
Yeah.
Hey,
We're
what's up,
supposed
Monkey
to say hi
Jeebus?
to him.
What's going on, man? Jolly claims he has genitals. Genitals? Yeah, we'll be the British and call them genitals.
They don't say it like that.
I know some Brits that fucking say genital.
I don't know anybody from the UK who says it like that. And I know a lot of people there.
Martians remodeled Mount Rushmore. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's funny. And I will tell you, the other great thing that this movie doesn't have that Mars Attacks has, Tom Jones. You just can't beat Tom Jones.
Yeah, that's also the machine that dresses them. I want that for my mornings. That was brilliant.
Oh, man, yeah. F-47 Thunderbolt would be a great name. Yeah.
Yeah, but we already have a Thunderbolt, so
I don't care. You also have an F-4E and an F-4U. Two different planes.
I know what you did there.
No, that's the designations. F-4E is a Phantom, and the Phantom 2, and then you got the F-4U, which is Corsair.
Yeah, but I know how you're using it. I don't try to deny it.
Oh, no, I didn't do that, but now I will. That's an F for you. Here's another F for you. He was supposed to play more characters too. And I can't remember what they were supposed to be, but we talked about that when we did Mars Attacks. Again, I want to talk about the visual effects in this, because one of the things they pulled off, and the boys over at Quarter Crew were even kind of fixated with that, where didn't I send that in the chat for PCM?
I don't remember. Welcome, Richard Hawkins. I hope you're enjoying the show.
Hello.
Because just recently they did an episode of Quarter Crew, and please, guys, if you do not follow them, follow them. That is one of the greatest channels on YouTube. And they showed the scene where the explosion's going down the street and how the flames moved and how it looks so real. And the thing that stopped them when they're watching this, because they're like, is this CG? No, that's real. And then what blew their mind is the kind of explosive that was used and how they threw in flour. There's flour mixed in. And what flour does in the explosion, as the ball of flame is growing, you'll see a lot of this in the movie. In fact, I think you can see it in that background. Let me see, right here in particular. There are balls of explosion, fire that have cool spots on them that haven't gotten hot yet. So it makes it almost look like lava. And the way you achieve that is through the explosion. You also put a layer of flour on there, and it creates that effect. Eventually, it burns up, but it also creates particulates in the explosion. It was the first one I ever built, Alpha. It was the very first one. The second one I built was a B-17. And it was modeled, I painted it to be like my Uncle Bud's, because he flew a B-17.
My first model kit were a squad of 4 F4 Phantoms painted like the Blue Angel squad.
Is that the F4E or the F4J? Because is it? Let me go look that up real quick. It's been a long time I've talked about the F4. Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I think its engines are different. Because it's the F4 Phantom 2 is the J. The Tandem 2-seat. What was the other big difference? I forgot what. Oh my God, help me out here, Alpha. I can't remember what the other big difference was with the original F4E. I would love, and the F4E, by the way, was the last. I forget what the term is because there's fly-by-wire and then the other one, which is where you actually had to manipulate the cords and cables yourself in the cockpit. And it was the last one that was pretty much, that was it. Everything after that was digitized and electronic. There's no longer pulling on the stick and you're actually pulling cables. You don't know? Nah, it's okay. Don't worry, man. I like that ad there. It says, please, we know you're excited about the aliens, but stop shooting your guns in the air. You might accidentally start an intergalactic war.
Well,
there he is, Harry Connick Jr. And there's two gay scenes in there that I fucking love. They're so funny. Where he accidentally is kneeling in front of him holding the dolphin ring.
The ring.
It looks like and the other pilot, I'm sorry, aviator. Because Marine Corps and Navy don't call them pilots, they call them aviators. And the one aviator stops, sees what they're, and he goes, I want nothing to do with this, and walks away.
Hey, do you guys want to guess what my first model kit was?
What was it?
I watched Top Gun that year. No, I watched Top Gun with my brother. So there you go, F-14.
Dude, I am
that was so much
F-14
fun.
and F4U Corsair were my two models that I haven't never gotten to build.
Eli, you're after my own heart, man. I love Captain Scarlet. I love the end theme song. They never played it at the beginning. It was always at the end of the show, the Captain Scarlet theme. But I am also a big fan of, I called him Gary Anderson as a kid because my name is Gary. I was confused by that. Like, why is he Jerry and I'm Gary? And, but Century 21 has a channel on YouTube. And if you are not following them and you're a fan of that, Eli, you should slap yourself. Go fucking follow that channel. Great making of documentaries, a lot of free episodes. Good stuff on there, man. Good stuff. That's Century 21 on YouTube. And I think Captain Scarlet is available for free on YouTube through them. Oh, I see what Sander wants.
Oh, yeah. He does.
Is it in this? Yeah, there it is.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
So the other gay scene with him is when they're in the
briefing room,
tactical room, getting their mission. He leans his head over on me. He says, "Hold me." There's so much gay shit like that in the military. Just fucking around.
There's the thing.
Guys, like, yeah, I'm fucking off. I don't know what's going on here. And I do like that at least Will has a proper high and tight. I always felt bad for Harry Connick Jr. because he really does have some good acting chops. He never got the chances to be a star. And every film he's been in, I enjoyed his character. Hope Floats. I'm not a big romantic comedy fan, but there she is. She's the one that gets overly excited when it's opening up.
It's so pretty. She's one of the stupid nut jobs going on top of that building.
E.T., take me home. Yeah, take me home.
You know she's in for a couple of seconds in the Bicentennial Man. She's the humanized form of Galatea.
She's also
Come
like
on,
the
Pullman.
yoga girl in Mars Attacks, sitting on the hood of that car, welcoming the aliens and getting absolutely terrified when they start killing.
Now, one of the
Always
best
these
parts of
matchups.
this film is Judd Hirsch's character as Goldblum's dad.
Yeah.
He is old school New York Jew. What, you thought I'd get, he's got the thick Yiddish accent. You should
my
be so
favorite
lucky. You should be so lucky.
He has the idea that saves the planet with the virus. I don't want you
Yeah.
to get a cold. And that's when he suddenly gets sober. You're brilliant, Dad. You're genius.
I love this scene, where he's outside the White House and calls her, look out the
Yeah.
window, waves. And she's like, how do you do that?
How did you get that number?
And this guy is a top of the line MIT graduate that just was an underachiever. And he makes the joke, because every cable repairman can do it.
Well, he just wanted to be a very peaceful, borderline boring life. And
Now,
there's
I want to go
nothing
back
wrong with that.
I got to go back to the big explosion in Los Angeles, and you see it, the flames flowing through the streets. And the way they achieve that is by tilting it slightly upside down at a 45-degree angle and having the explosion start low, and the explosive flames go through the streets of the miniature prop. And they shot it at, I don't know, 200 to 1,000 frames per second to get everything to look so good. Well, it's one way of purging Los Angeles of its fucking problem.
That's what I thought. I just didn't want to say something. But when it came to that,
Well, I'm not saying of the people, but get the people out and just fucking purge the streets. It'll cook up all that poop, kill all the rats. They're shitting on streets, just out in the open.
Yeah, I heard even
Now
the
this-
Walk of Fame is dirty.
I
as fuck.
consider this to be a nod to Close Encounters 2, because they go up there with that I think it's Sikorsky 47.
Wait. Read this.
It's either 46 or 47. Well, one day when I am able to type more, I will tell you how I met Bill Pratak. Oh, Boris Karloff. When I was 8 years old back in '66, I told Art Bell about it. That's amazing, dude. I fucking wish I'd met Boris Karloff. I love that guy. Oh, he's clearly like, there's no way Jeff Goldblum's character was raised by that guy, because he'd have a thick Jewish accent too. That gets handed down. But
Not
the helicopter
necessarily.
with the lights is a nod to Close Encounters again.
Yep.
Not necessarily about the accent, Gary,
Go-
because
I'm telling you, if you live in New York, you're raised in New York by it wouldn't just be his dad. There would be a lot of people around him with that accent. That's how it gets.
Doesn't-
yeah, but
doesn't
he would also
matter.
be at school with kids and pick up
Yeah.
normal English.
I saw that firsthand.
Yeah, we have
I
that
started
here
with-
with all the immigrants.
I
Alright, I'm
started
trying
with
to
a
get to
lot
something.
of.
Can you see? Hold on a second. I'm on something else right now. I got to go to Google right now. Go ahead and hit play on that.
Okay. I'll do it. Here we go. By the way, while Gary comes back to us from his rabbit hole, Gambit, I just saw last night F1, and it's a hell of a movie.
Okay, because they're saying that is the S-64 Sky Crane by Sikorsky. It's not the 47 or the 46. Okay. All right. And they also have a Sea King in it too. That's the one they're using for the president. Yeah, this was a 14-foot model that they built. And it is a really one of the most luscious destructions of the Capitol. There's the building. That's the bank, U.S. Bank building. Some of these shots, I wonder, when we're looking at a miniature, because they do such a good job of mixing and matching miniatures with the real thing.
I mean, especially when it comes to buildings breaking down, it looks so good.
And again, I want to point out that George Lucas did have a conversation after they did a premiere of the film. I don't know if they showed the whole film, but they premiered part of the film. Lucas was there for that. And he apparently approached them that if you need help with the visual effects, so I'm assuming it's only part of the film, and he had no idea that they had followed his lead and built their own visual effects company in Centropolis. And it's just fantastic. Oh, the TV series? I always enjoyed the TV series. They did some cast changes here towards the end that I didn't like, but it was a really good show. Oh, no shit. And I heard that he was just the nicest person. I know people that have met him too, and they always say he was just, Boris Karloff was like one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Kind to children, loves kids. In fact, when he went to shoot that scene for Frankenstein, where he sits there with the little girl just walked up to him and grabbed his hand and walked him over to the edge of the pond. She was just like enamored with him. And I've always wondered, I think I asked you before, but I can't remember, Anima, is it Emmerich or Emmerich?
Emmerich.
Emmerich.
Oh.
Emmerich.
Thank you.
CH is.
The problem with that, and I absolutely agree with you. And if I do it, would you be on with us, Monkey? Would you jump on with us? We have to. What I got to do is not watch the entire series, but I got to find the best episodes from each season and have Anima watch them. Because there are so many shows for that series that I don't want to inundate her with that shit. By the way, again, this is the LA Tunnel. It is the single most filmed tunnel in the world. It's been in more movies and TV shows than any other tunnel.
Well, it's soon going to be an X tunnel.
Other than my ex-wife.
What?
See, I was in the middle. I was setting up a joke. I said, well, other than my ex-wife.
Where's the joke?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
I could meet her vag or I could meet her mouth. It could be either one. Just a big fucking open soul-sucking maw of a mouth.
Whatever.
It's a good joke. Martin got it. Quantum Leap. Make a note of that, Anima. Let's find the 5 best episodes from each season.
Okay.
And then do a retrospective. Because that's a good one we should do on TGIF. And what I've decided to do, oh shit, Moon 44, Sander. Absolutely love that movie. Michael Pare, another film that uses the Ennis Brown tiles from that was used in Blade Runner and such.
Gary, I think we should say something, a little
I
something.
like that one. I like that one. Most used tunnel. Holland, Lincoln, your mom.
Ouch.
We should say something about this one.
I know. One, he's only like 5 years older than me, and
Yeah.
it's like, wow. I've got people I love that died younger than me. I don't know how I'm still here.
Because you have to.
There was also a 1910 short film adaptation for, yes, Edison. Yeah. Oh my God, that was a freaky looking monster. Cross-eyed and everything. I'm like, what the hell were they thinking? The best silent film monster I ever saw was the Golem in the movie The Golem. Great fucking movie, which I think, didn't Mike just show that a few weeks back on his channel? Comic Relief Crusader. He
Which
did
one?
the Golem.
I'm not sure.
The Golem.
Yeah, I think so. I think he did that, yeah.
And I'm wanting to do a Saturday show where I just show a public domain sci-fi horror films and just talk with you guys while we do it. Just enjoy the fucking free movie. Because YouTube can't get you for public domain. But you got to be careful with public domain for other things. Remember what that was? We were given a warning, not personally, but told that we need to be careful of when you do stuff, because sometimes the music is not
Yeah, that's how they
in
get
the
you.
public domain. Wait a minute, Ghost Watch. I know that one.
I don't know that one.
Oh, yes, I remember this. Holy shit, yes, I remember this. They broadcast it and they pulled a War of the Worlds on the BBC and scared the shit out of the audience with a movie that was played like it was real. Like it was a news broadcast with paranormal shit. I consider the Golem better makeup, but I fucking love the Phantom. I mean, come on. Even I love the when he played the Hunchback. But I actually do think the Golem makeup is better. Oh, I hate it when fucking Harry Connick's character dies. I'm gonna try something. Don't do it. Yeah, I just responded to that one.
I just think he's over the top. Will Smith character. All the cool shit he says to be the coolest guy in town or whatever.
That's it.
Too much.
Too much. This movie is chock full of over the top characters. But you have one particular character who isn't. And again, that's the heart of the movie, is the president. And he is what gives you that verisimilitude in the film, the realism. His character, I really love his character in this movie, Bill Pullman. I also like the general here because he's Don Eckert. Get on the horn and tell those how to bring those sons of bitches down. I fucking love that. I always knew him as a singer. I was surprised. I was too. I got to be honest, man. And I think this was the first time I ever saw him act, was in this movie. And then I saw the movie Hope Floats. And he was really good in that. And let me find, because there's another film I saw him in around in between that time that I thought he was really good in. Let me go to IMDb. There it is. Actor. Oh my God, he's great in The Iron Giant. He did the voice work on that. He's good in Copycat. That's right. That's a Psycho film that Animal will never watch. Got to go back a few years here to find the one I'm looking for. He's good in Wayward Son. That's a good movie. Hope Floats, really good. I did not know he was in Cheers, one episode. Oh, he's good in Memphis Belle, all the way back in 1990. So I was wrong. 1990 is the first time I saw him. He's in Little Man Tate, but I don't remember him in that. And I saw Copycat like 2 or 3 years after Independence Day. So I really do. I think he's a good actor. I think he's got a terrible agent, is really what it is. Things to Come. Yeah, H.G. Wells. Really good film. And that was the last film he was alive to see made from his work. Yeah. Copycat is very underrated. I totally agree with you, my friend. By the way, Anima's like, Weise Keys in the Weise. Is that the thing? And I'm like, yeah. Especially in companies where there are multiple
I didn't
drivers.
know it's a company car. Yeah.
It's a company truck. Yeah. And you will find often they will put the keys up there in the visor. Memphis Belle's a good movie. I certainly do, Eli. I certainly do. I like this kid because later on, she looks at him as it looks like doomsday is on its way. They're going to die. And she goes, I don't want to die a virgin. You know, and he says, well, I don't want to. Now you don't get to die a virgin alone, because he admits that he's a virgin.
Yeah, he says, if we do, you're not the only one. Something like that. I love how she turns into this absolute badass, worthy of a military wife character here. Driving the truck, getting all the people out there. That's so cool of her.
I have been a fan of his since the 70s. He was in a movie called Eyes of Laura Mars, which he's really good in. He plays, I think, her gay best friend, and Faye Dunaway. And he also is in a TV show called Benson, which I loved him in. He's Benson's foil on the show, always his antagonist. Rene Auberjonois.
His earliest job that I ever saw was King Kong.
He is in that movie. He's one of the oil guys.
Yeah.
But Toys is a great little film. It's a movie that came out in the wrong time period. I think it would have done better 10 years later.
No shit, 11.
Holy shit. Really? Wow. It's so crazy. Like, I was talking yesterday, and my buddy Mark wants me to watch this movie called Running Scared. I said, well, I've seen Running Scared. He goes, no, the 1981. I'm like, 1981? So I went to look it up, and I'm like, holy shit. That's Judge Reinhold. And I'm like, I didn't know he was in another movie or something, because like the first thing I remember seeing him in was with another guy that I went to high school with. So I went to high school with Judge Reinhold. I was a freshman, he was a senior, and just before I graduated, W.K. Stratton graduated. He was a class ahead of Judge. And both of them are in Magnum P.I. pilot episode, the two-parter. Two guys I went to fucking high school with. That's crazy. And I'm friends with him on Facebook. I've talked to him. Really nice guy. I would love to get him on the show. His politics really hurt him, but it didn't stop him from being in the really, really horrible Beverly Hills Cop 4. I like that movie. And you know what, Gambit? What I really love about that movie is who the killer is. Who it turns out to be. Have you seen it, Martin?
No.
Tommy Lee Jones is the cop. Tommy Lee Jones is the cop that believes her, is trying to figure out what's going on and how to stop everything. So please, what? Don't tell you?
Do not.
Oh, I won't.
Ruin the ending.
Yeah, we should do that movie. Get that and watch it. I really do like that film. It's one of those off the wall supernatural thrillers and like the Sixth Sense level stuff. It's really weird. I do believe that this movie got a record for the most RVs.
Yeah.
I do believe I remember reading that back in the day.
I love the improvised line when he's complaining about the smell. Dragging the aliens behind him.
and it's not. It's if you've ever been there, the Yucca Flat, the Salt Flats. Oh, it's like rotten eggs, but gross rotten eggs. It's not just the sulfur smell. It's something dead mixed in with it. It's just gross.
I don't see how anything can be alive there with all the salt. So yeah.
Life is everywhere. So let me go over some stuff here I thought was really cool. And I've been looking for, because I don't believe Bill Pullman was their first person they looked at for president. So the idea for the film, like I told you, came from an interview that they did talking about Stargate when it was released. So later, Emmerich and Devlin decided to expand on this idea that they got while doing an interview by incorporating a large-scale invasion attack, with Devlin saying he was bothered by the fact that, quote, for the most part, in alien invasion movies, they come down to Earth and then they're hidden in some back field, or they arrive in little spores and inject themselves into the back of someone's head, end quote. Emmerich agreed by asking Devlin if arriving from the sky, the galaxy, quote, would you hide on a farm or would you make a big entrance? And I agree, you would make a grand entrance, and that's the way you fucking do it. It's either that or you slowly breed humans out of existence by mixing with their DNA. And their production designer, his name is Patrick Tatopoulos. And Tatopoulos actually got an honor in that terrible Godzilla 1997 movie, because that's the main character's name is Tatopoulos. And they do little shit like that, Dean Devlin and Emmerich. So the actual aliens in the film are diminutive and based on a design that Tatopoulos drew when tasked by Emmerich to create an alien that was, quote, both familiar while also being original, end quote. These creatures wear biomechanical suits that are based on another design Tatopoulos pitched to Emmerich. These suits are 8 feet tall. That's 2.4 meters, equipped with 25 tentacles and purposely designed to show it could not sustain a person inside. So it would not appear to be a man in a suit. And the way they pulled it off is really cool, because I've got that image. Let's see if I can find that image for you.
Wait a minute, they don't have 25 tentacles.
That was the original idea, was they were going to have 25 tentacles. I don't know how many they have. I think it's 8, like an octopus.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still a lot.
I have a very big action figure of that one.
Oh, I'm glad that ended with that. I'm glad that ended with action figure.
Look at that hippie data. Doesn't he look goofy?
Oh yeah.
Hippie data.
That's what he is.
God damn.
All right, we need to pause it first. Oh wait, I'm pausing it. So there you go. See how they did it? The guy would fit in from the back door.
You backdoored yourself.
Oh my God.
And the rest of it was puppetry. The rest of the suit. The human was in the upper part, but his lower body was hidden. And I think that's fucking cool. That's how Tatopoulos designed it. Let me see. I can pull up some more stuff here. Some really cool production art for the film. Can I pull up multiples? No, I can only pull them up one at a time.
One by one.
Gary, we need to keep an eye on the time, because
I know I have to leave in 45 minutes.
We need to continue the slideshow.
I'm going to do this. I collected these just for the show. This was a painting, and it looks exactly like it does in the film. Mm-hmm. Really well done. Really great image to film. Another one that matches pretty much to what we see in the movie right there, where they fly up to the ship. And remove from studio. And another really cool sketch of the alien outside the suit on the ship, the one that's a controller. It's some really cool production art. And I love some of the original images of the design of the ship. Here's one. That's the fighter. Or if you're a Star Wars fan, you would refer to it as a snub fighter. More early production art of the fighter. Why is it looking so small right now?
Because it is.
I'll do that. You have these two great designs. Oh yeah, this is much better. Look at that. Look at that. Much better. Much better. That's the way it should look. Image file. This is a real cool one in the med surg area. Where they're going to perform the surgery on it, cut it open. I could ask any of you to delete those as I load them after I show them.
Wouldn't even know how to do that.
No, only you can do that.
Oh, okay. So here's one that I really like. Really cool looking painting. Look at that. I love that ship, and I bought that model kit, and I put all the detail in. I cut out things on it because some of the stuff was wrong on the model kit, and I worked on it to where it would look more like the movie version.
Bye, Richard Hawkins.
Bye,
See you.
Richard.
This is a real cool one right here. This is the same shot, but from the opposite side. What a great looking set. Great production art. Gorgeous stuff, man. All right. Video. There is one more image. I forgot. This is how practical some of the effects were. This is a hilarious scene too. There you go. Look at that. They actually had that fighter on wires to go through that explosion.
Wow.
Fucking gorgeous. This film deserves so much more love and respect. And I'm so glad that Spielberg gave this movie credit for changing cinema when it got released. Terrible Salute got the thumb out.
Yeah. The scene is funny though. When he shows them his pass, is that what it is here?
Yeah, it's like, well, it's like, I remember in the theater, I'm like, he said it was okay for him to take the alien, but he didn't say it was okay for all the RVs to join him. But yeah, when he jumps back and he goes, "Oh shit!"
And that reaction is almost real. Like he had never seen the prop before, and it's taken out by how gross it looks. I don't know. I like that.
And by the way, the guy there on the far left, that is the guy, like I told you, that was the killer in Bone Collector. He was the victim of the horrific dildo in 7.
What?
The bladed dildo.
Yeah.
Very good actor. And then, of course, the other doctor you see with the little round glasses is Tracy Walter, who's best beloved known as Bob. the Joker's assistant in Batman 1989. Where does he get those toys? Don't just stand there, Bob. Go ask him.
Justice for Bob. Bob did nothing wrong.
Oh no, he believed the Joker when the Joker was basically just mimicking Boss Grissom. He's, Bob, you're my number one guy. You know, it's all bullshit. Yeah, I love it when he gets fired. You're not serious, are you? You're fired.
That was satisfying.
Yeah, he's such a slimy character.
Yeah.
But then he becomes a better person by the end. Even he gets his retribution. Oh my God, I've heard that story, and he's befuddled by that. Like, why do you want me to watch this movie?
God, I hate it.
Hey, we have Meth.
Meth Race.
Happy 4th of July, Richard. Hey, where are you, Meth? You need to be in here. We need you representing all the great Jewness of this movie, because there's a lot of Jewishness. Man, some movies are delicious, some are chewy, and some are just Jewy. And this movie has a lot of Jewishness in it, man. It's great. You should wish you were so good. This fucking dog, Boomer.
Yeah.
That's right. Great fucking line. He's
nobody's perfect.
But I'm not Jewish. Nobody's perfect.
I love his dad. He's great.
He's the best character.
I don't know. One of the best. I really like the president too.
Yesterday, Mephisto, we did the other 4th of July movie.
Jaws. It was fun.
Independence Jaws.
Yeah, you should. What I should do is get a clip from Jaws and put the president giving that speech in the scene where they're on the boat. Like right when Brody shoots the thing, shoots the shark, and have him like halfway in the water, have him digitally cut out and put into that scene using matting.
Well, have a.
I know, man.
Nice
you go
rest,
get some rest.
Matt.
We love you, man. We do. We truly love you. You're a wonderful dude.
Good night, Matt.
Yeah, I love when this thing starts doing the telekinesis, psychic shit, getting into his head. Fuck, man, I love this scene. And then he says, "Is that glass bulletproof?"
No, sir.
No, sir.
Bloom, bloom, bloom. I don't know. I prefer to drink beer, Matt.
Yeah, well, you know, the dangerous way to drink is backwards, doing it the reverse way. It'll kill you. Due to osmosis.
Yep.
That's a perfect example of osmosis. Is if you stupid people who take shots up the butt with a shot of whiskey or vodka, it could kill you. You got to watch out. Due to the fact that people have died from it. Yeah, it's been one of the cult classic alien invasion movies I love is we're gonna do that movie. I want to do every John Carpenter movie except for Ghost of Mars. I fucking hate that movie. And now that I've seen the director's cut of Vampires, we are totally doing that movie. I own that movie. I bought the director's cut. It is great. Hated the theatrical cut. Shalom, L'chaim. L'chaim, you Meshuggah.
I don't know if I had the theatrical or the director's
I
cut.
have it, and I'll share it with you. I'll share it with you if you don't have it, because it's the superior. Like this Baldwin is the superior Baldwin. Vampires, the director's cut, is the superior version of that movie. Period. Because I didn't like the movie originally. I felt it was good all the way up until the third act, and then it just fell apart. Well, the director's cut puts it all back together again and makes it good.
What year was Vampires?
Booger?
What year was Vampire?
Oh, that's in the 90s, I think. Vampire.
98. Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, 1998. And the director's cut of that movie is very good. I thought Thomas Ian Griffith was very good as the vampire, the head vampire, the Dracula type character. Cheryl Lee was somebody who I've not been a fan of, but I thought she was good in that movie. Daniel Baldwin, I hated him until I saw the director's cut. This is great. Tell him I knocked you out. And he goes, what? You knocked me out? That'll be the fucking day.
Oh, we have one.
We have done it, but Willie, I do want to do revisits on certain movies. And if you want to join us for something like that, you fucking make sure you get a hold of us. Danny, Anima, Martin, or me. You get a hold of one of us and make sure that we get you an invite. Because I would love to talk about that movie again.
Remember, have we done Stargate? I think we've done that.
Not with me, no. Not in my time.
We have not done Stargate.
No.
I have never watched that movie. I'm a huge fan of the series. I've never watched the movie.
I love the movie more, but I do love the series too. Big Trouble in Little China. I fucking love that movie.
That was fun, yeah.
I feel almost like undefeatable. Or what was it? What does he say? Not
Invincible.
immortal. Invincible. That was it. Invincible. And then he goes, is it me or is it getting hot in here? He suddenly gets uncomfortable. I love that movie. And a lot of people don't know like what they're saying up in the jet fighters, and they have the Eagle Squadron, and that's what it is. And each pilot has a designation. Like the president is like Eagle 2, I think.
No, Eagle 1.
Eagle 1. Yeah, the president, Eagle 1. And
the
then
drunk
like
guy is Eagle 20.
22, I think, isn't it? Is it 22?
20. Eagle 20.
20. So when you hear them say Eagle 20, Fox 2, when
that
you say
means missile
Fox 2,
deployed.
you're deploying a missile. Well, specifically, an air-to-air guided missile.
The infrared guided ones or something like that.
Yeah, the infrared.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely, Willie. You have to join us for something like that. I would love to like annually celebrate because I plan to do another Blade Runner show, and I may invite because I've already talked to some of the crew. I did talk to Sean Young about it too, about jumping on, about coming on and talking about Blade Runner.
Please
but
have Vicky back. She's so much fun.
Oh, Vicky's the best. And I've talked to her recently about coming on just to be a panelist on the show.
Oh, please.
And she won't be available till after August because she's like really caught up in stuff. But I just talked to her like a week ago about joining us as a panelist because I just like hanging out with her. She's such a sweetheart and she knows so much shit. I have a problem with the way she dies. That if her organs were failing, because that's the only reason why she would be dying due to blood loss. It's either that or she's hematoxic. Those are the only two things that could be killing her. She would not be cognitive. She would be really out of it, confused. and probably slipping in and out of a catatonic state. And she's fucking laughing here. I love you so much. And it's like, oh, but I'm going to die. Oh. And it's not how it works. Ooh. He say, you Blade Runner. You Captain Midnight. Because that was one of the original lines that was supposed to be in there. Because it's the nickname he got, Captain Midnight, Rick Deckard.
Back to the movie, he just lost his wife.
Yeah.
Again, the verisimilitude of this character is very grounded. And I guarantee you, Bill Pullman was very cognizant of this problem that you get so often in movies, where somebody who just lost somebody goes a few minutes sad, and then suddenly it's like it never happened.
No, it's not that. He doesn't have time for that.
I like that. Her death was foretold by Pythia in the sacred scrolls of the colonials.
I don't even know what that means.
I have not seen F1 yet, Martin.
Oh, dude. I mean, it's Apple Plus is delivering again. I hate Apple as a company, but as I told my wife, what their media productions
They're making
are
a lot of
incredible.
They're going broke doing it because they don't have the audience. But the fact is, they're putting out major fucking shows and
Well, that's
films
why
that are good.
They're
doing Greyhound too.
Cinemas.
They're doing Greyhound too with my boss.
Nice. Dude, and the director is Joe Kosinski.
Real conversation. I said, gosh, Dale, that's awesome that they're going to do that. Sure, it'd be nice if you brought your favorite artist along with you. Because I've already worked with Tom Hanks. I'm like, why can't they get hired? I want to get hired for that. I want to do some artwork.
Thanks, Alpha. I've never watched that show, so that's why I was lost.
I do. I love that show.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was. She was also.
And she dies there too.
Yeah, she does. She got the big C and dies from it, and is enemies with Apollo, the original Apollo, but ends up kind of becoming frenemies in the show. But I liked that show for a while. Yeah, that's something I do not bring up Gambit with Sean Young, is that stuff. Because it's a good way to trigger her. And I don't like it when she gets triggered by people. I'm very polite and nice to her because she has had a lifetime of people fucking just doing horrible things to her, including Tim Burton. Tim Burton completely fucked her over and made her look like she was crazy when that wasn't the case at all. He owed her. He promised her. I love this when they pull down the clamps that are holding it up.
And it's clearly flying.
Yep.
Or floating.
You send out a signal? I can do more than that. It puts the Coca-Cola can up on the front of the ship.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, but really stupid because it ricochets.
I don't know. Wouldn't a shield like that just absorb it?
It would, but they show that it ricochets. You can hear it ricocheting.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, and he goes, oh, my bad. And then he suggests, shoot it again. It's like, I'd still be worried about the fucking ricochet.
Yeah, he's very reluctant to shoot it a second time. But he does, and he hits it. And all the time, Will Smith is just eyeing that ship, dying to fly her. Or try to fly her.
By the way, that Coca-Cola scene foreshadows what the president does later. He takes a second shot, just like Baldwin's character did.
And then he's out of missiles.
And I love that because I make fun of it when he goes, tell them how to bring those sons of bitches down. I said, all you got to do is have one dumbass willing to fucking go up its ass. That's how we did it. Is that what you're telling? Because it's what you did. Tell them that you did that, and that's how you got to do it. You got to have a kamikaze. Japanese won't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
Except
we're watching
the
this.
guy from Godzilla -1.
We're watching this, and Gary's like, I wonder how they are going to convince flyers to do that. And I imagine the Japanese have the kamikaze culture. They won't have trouble finding people. The Russians probably have convicts that will be able to restore their name before dying. So there's people to do that.
Oh, it is a clear nod to it. And it is weird that it's not mentioned somehow in passing. Like they could have casually said, like a War of the Worlds, you know. They needed to give that story a nod.
They should have done that, yeah. War of the Worlds, yeah. I couldn't.
The guy who kidnaps Tony Stark in the first Iron Man.
Yeah, that is him, same actor.
I couldn't remember the title, War of the Worlds, but I said to you, Gary, when we were watching this, the virus worked in that other alien movie. Because that's what killed them in the end, all the bugs.
Well, I will tell you now, one of the guests I will have on here is Katie Haber. And if not for Katie Haber, we wouldn't have Blade Runner. She is the one who held it all together while things were falling apart. And she's just, I love her to death. I freely admit it. I've had a crush on her for 40 years. And I'm Anima. That was like one of the first times you hung out. I know you saw me flirt with her on the show because I flirted with Katie Haber on the show. I can't help it. She's so gorgeous and so smart and just is so full of trivia about things. And she'll be sitting there on camera and then she'll go, oh, well, I have this. And she'll turn and grab something. And I'm like, oh my God, nobody has that. You have that. She has like a fully signed copy with red line copy of the movie script.
You're talking about the Blade Runner special that you did.
Blade.
First show was in chat.
Yeah, she's incredible.
God, I had a 10-hour work day that day. I was so pooped.
And then Vicky tells that funny story of her and Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford was a prankster and kept messing with her during the movie.
Vast of Night. I
don't think I know that one.
The Vast of Night, 2019, an Amazon original. Is that the one? One night in New Mexico in the late 1950s, a switchboard operator and radio DJ start hearing a strange signal over a radio frequency. Oh.
I think I've seen this movie. I have. I've seen this movie. And the reason I've seen this movie is not the subject matter, but the fact that they shot it on $700,000 and it looks gorgeous. Yeah, Katie Haber's just a bomb, man. She cracks me up. Back in the day, I remember this is back in 99. It was 99, 2000. Zoe had been born. So it was like I was on the phone. I was having a group phone call with Gary Willoughby, the guy I gave Blade Zone to take over. He took over running the fan club. And I was on there with actor Morgan Paul, who played Holden at the beginning of Blade Runner. They get shot by Leon. And he wasn't drunk yet because I would not take phone calls from him after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, his time, because that means he's starting to get sloshed. And we were talking. He goes, I need you boys to, this really happened. It's really happening. Gary will tell you. The other Gary will tell you. It really happened. I want you boys to help me. I'm like, what? I have wanted to bang Joanna Cassidy since I met her on the set of Blade Runner. He says, And I think now that she's single, you two can help me make this happen. And I'm like, are you what? Are you fucking serious? He's yeah. Oh, I've wanted her for a long time, Gary. I'm like, are you asking us to like be pimps for you? Is it what I'm like, are you fucking serious? It was a fucking funny conversation. That was wild. And I told him, I said, under no uncertain terms, no fucking way am I gonna do that. No. But I did tell her later after he passed away. And she just laughed about it, thought that was so funny that he was trying to get us to set him up with her. Vast of Night Twilight Zone episode because I archive footage of Rod Serling. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to watch it again. I haven't seen that since it came out. It's been 6 years. Bill also Pullman has one of the worst salutes. He's always got his thumb out like that. It's like really look at that thumb.
They should have shown them how to properly salute.
No, it's not. But I do think the film's better than what people realize it is, because I think they misunderstand the ending. Because the ending isn't a happy ending. It's tragic. I love that. Make sure your seats are back in an upright position. Yeah, but seriously, don't do that.
I love how he whoops him back later on.
Yep. He goes, you and I need to work on our communication skills.
Yeah.
However, the best interaction of those two was the first one when it says, "Are you really sure you can fly that thing?" And he says, "Will says to him, are you really sure you can pull out all that bullshit you were talking?"
Yeah.
And they both they looked on their face and are, well.
The banter between those two is great. Man, at the moment they hit space, I want to know what that feels like.
Tell me about it.
Well, this is one thing I will say, and I told people, I said, Blade Runner 2049, good film, not great, it's good. It will not be remembered the way Blade Runner 1982 is remembered. It will not have the impact on cinema that Blade Runner 1982 had. It has been referred to by the American Film Institute and the British Film Institute, both agreed that it is the single most influential film of the 20th century. I'm like, yeah, because you can see its impact on cinema in so many other fucking directors. I mean, it inspired one director to become a director, and it's every single film he ever made. You guys know who I'm talking about?
No.
Little film director named David Fincher was inspired by Blade Runner.
Interesting.
Well, in many ways, it has been said that he actually directed some of it, and that Spielberg directed the film based on Kubrick's notes, because he storyboarded and laid out the whole film, how it needed to go. And Spielberg basically put it together for him. He just allowed himself to be a vessel for Kubrick because Kubrick died. And I still believe there's something fishy about the way he died.
don't have.
Do you know the conspiracy theory behind his death?
No, I was saying
Okay.
I have no knowledge about that.
When he made his movie Eyes Wide Shut, before he finished his final edit on it, or right about the time he finished his final edit, he suddenly died. And then the studio went back and took a bunch of shit out of the movie.
Oh, I see.
And it's believed that what he had in that film pointed fingers at people, real people.
Mm.
And that stuff was taken out. That's one of the conspiracy theories. And I got to tell you, look, I enjoyed that film. A little bit too much, CG in it for me, but I loved some of the practical shit they did. And I will tell you that ending is not a sticky, sweet ending.
Well,
I hear
the
that
whole movie
Spielberg ruined the ending, giving it that happy Peter Pan ending.
No, the
No.
whole movie's sad. It's full
sad
shock of
because
sadness.
all humans are gone. All human life is gone.
Mhm.
And he is the last remnant. And he shuts down at the end. That scene when he closes his eye to go to sleep with his mom is him dying. That's it. It's over. Yeah, people that understand the darkness of that ending. Oh yeah, he doesn't realize there's a clamp holding him in place.
And they must have felt it though, because it rattles the ship when the clamp goes down on them.
Well, is it well designed? You shouldn't feel it. Good engineering is smooth.
You see the ship shake when the clamp goes down.
Oh, that's not Tyra Banks. The fucking Gambit, are you fucking around?
I guess.
Oh, I don't remember that song. Too Funky? Yeah, I got to tell you, I was actually really into his solo work. I thought he was really fucking creative. I remember in the Army, I had George Michael's album that had the song Cowboys and Angels. Father Figure. I like that fucking album. I like soulful funk, man. Oh, I love that. The little boy, like, I'm scared too. And it's like, oh, they're gonna hook up and have kids later when they grow up.
Oh, the kids are so cute together.
And ironically, I think the film probably would have done a lot better if Will Smith had agreed to be in it. But boy, what a fucking disaster! It was a disastrous disaster film. Yeah,
I'm not even interested in watching it. This movie doesn't need a sequel.
Oh, I'm never going to watch it again. It was atrocious. But the little kid grew up and became a fighter pilot, just like his adopted dad.
Yeah, they could have done a better job with the second one.
Yeah, but Tyra Banks isn't in this movie. What the fuck are
He's
you
talking about the music video.
Oh. Okay, so you're talking about the music video of it.
No. He's convinced that's Tyra Banks. No.
Yeah, because that's not Tyra Banks.
It absolutely is not.
Somebody's computer made a bing sound.
Mine, probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the actress that you're mistaking for Tyra Banks is Vivica Fox.
Yeah. I switched tabs to look up her name. She looks good.
Oh man, it is one of the most fun lines in the movie. Remember me?
The best one is, as my generation says, up yours.
Up yours.
because they did that to him. They went up his, and now he's going up theirs with more than a probe.
Really?
Yeah, this is the thing I complained about with the movie. No fucking aviator would fucking marry a stripper like that. She would have to have another job. In her past, they wouldn't care. But good God, currently, fuck no.
Especially after having a kid, you go into a more serious profession.
That's that's borderline career-ending shit right there.
But this is Hollywood, and after what he's done and come back from it, I guess he can marry whoever he wants and still have a career.
I will also tell you that was another Star Wars moment when he fires the first missile or his last missile and it deflects off the surface.
Yes. It impacted on the surface.
Why are we getting that sound?
I don't hear any sound.
I keep hearing your computer go bing, bing.
My computer doesn't go bing. That's yours, Scary.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm leaning back. I'm not even touching anything.
By the way, we have a new.
Oh, it's Dawn reminding me I have a meeting in 5 minutes.
Oh. Welcome, Bloombergisel. I hope I didn't butcher that.
That's a funny name. Welcome to AD Theater. Stop texting with Don. You're still here for 8 more minutes.
Nope, I got to talk to him. This is business.
I know, but
I
the
love
show is
these
business
ships.
too.
It's like $40 now, $40 to $70 to get that model kit. I want to build it again. Oh wait, what are we asking about here with Zack Snyder? Bloombergisel. Yeah, I don't know what that.
Stop sightsee driving. I love that line too.
I like how he likes smoking cigars. I got to tell you, as I am an aficionado, I love a good cigar.
I love the smell.
My favorite is brandy dipped.
There it is. Elvis has left the building because they smoke their cigars because they think they're dead. They can't get out, but then they got loose. And now Will Smith has to, like Steven has to raise the shuttle out of the tiny, tiny closing tunnel. And he's telling him, must go faster. It's so funny.
So I may have to go and you guys might have to wrap up without me because I have that meeting.
You wrap up with us. We're done anyway.
We have 4 minutes for this to end.
Yeah.
Hey, they're excited that they took that ship down with their spears. What the
Don't be like that.
That is no, it's like really seriously, what the fuck, man?
And that's the Egyptians.
Allah
it didn't
Akbar,
land on the pyramids.
Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Yeah, but it didn't show it. It cut out the ship crashing behind the pyramids. Damn, that was fun.
Oh my God.
Are you coming on to me, Clay?
Stop flirting with my future husband. I mean it.
You're still free.
Yeah, you know, I've always been bothered by that because clearly the smoke trail is supposed to give you the illusion that they had to do a flat landing. And, you know, is it working? He wants to know, is it working?
You tell him.
Only good salute in this movie is the one guy I know served is Robert Loggia. A lot of people know he served in the U.S. Army.
I love how they
He's
come
got it.
walking with the fucking cigars. I mean, they landed somehow, but that ship is trash now.
Kitty.
Yes.
And now we got to play it.
Get out of the wire to every squadron around the world. Tell them how to bring those sons of bitches down.
That is so
And
dumb.
by the way, that's the scene that is from Airplane that he was really wanting him to see. How they interacted in the con center, the control center.
Oh, oh, oh. Look at the kitty.
Keith?
Dropped in.
Are you butt dialing us, or did you mean to come in here?
I just need to drop in and say good show today. And Independence Day is always one of my favorites this time of year. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. What could have been with Stargate. So
they should have done a Stargate too. And I'm always
that's what this was. This was Stargate 2. That's where the idea.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Yes.
But
no.
It was.
What originally happened was they had a whole thing set up after the first movie, and they set up how they were going to invade and all of that. And when they didn't make the sequel, all of that went towards this movie.
Well, that I'll agree on, because they should have done the sequel. That they should have done a trilogy. They should have had a 3-film deal with that movie because it was so fucking good.
Well, no. They couldn't because of the way they financed it. See, the biggest mistake for Stargate.
Okay, I've got to go.
We need to wrap up.
Go. Yeah, I'm sorry, Keith. You came at a bad time. I have a meeting like right now, so I've got to wrap up the show, buddy. I'm sorry. Thanks for popping in, man. But what's up, guys? Thanks for hanging out with us, talking about this movie. It is a 4th of July movie. I love to watch, and I'm glad we got to sit down and talk about it. Hope everybody watched it, and maybe next time we're going to do a watch along next year.
That would be fun.
We could do a whole watch along with Jaws and with this movie, because I do consider it a seasonal film to watch every.
The lovely Sherry.
Sherry pops in at the end. Thank you. And I'm going to say thanks to everybody. I want to thank Penny. I want to thank Gambit. I want to thank Slasher Fred. Thank you, Keith, for popping in and all. I wish we had more time. 11 Alpha, Willie the Monkey King's music. Thanks for being here. And don't forget to get a hold of us about doing that. Get you on as a panelist. Genghis Khan, CJ Prime, Sandra Hammerschlag, Keely Chow, Andy Morrow, and Andy, you know, his little brother Tomorrow, and then Zax and Max Damon, Eli Cortez, E. Clay Thomason, Monkey G-Bus, Richard Hawkins, good old Mephisto, Bloomberg Gizzle. I love that name, Bloomberg Gizzle. Bloomberg Izzle. And of course, the lovely Sherry. Thank you for dropping in, guys. Thanks for all the comments. It was a lot of fun chatting. We are going to get going. And yeah, we're doing Red Scorpion on Monday, man. That's a classic. I look forward to showing it at the Anima and also giving you some behind the scenes stuff that I bet you a lot of you guys aren't aware of with that movie.
Looking forward to it.
There was a crime committed in making that movie. So we'll talk about it later. So everybody take care. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great Sunday and be safe, man. Bye, guys.
Bye.